3.
Hi everyone, welcome back to the Sports Breakdown once again. So today we are going to do the Rajasthan Royals squad selection. So there's 18 slots squad selection. This is the episode 6 of the IPL teams. Unfortunately, I couldn't do Sunrisers Hyderabad yesterday. That's from my part. So sorry for that. So instead we are doing Rajasthan Royals today. So we have Bhasker Sir and Hassan from Crick V1 base from joining us today. We have Hassan also from Cricket Punch to join us, but unfortunately he has a technical glitch or issue, so he'll be joining later. So thank you so much, Bhaskar and Azan, once again. I think Azan's a die-hard Rajasthan Royals fan, Hala Ball fans. So welcome to this video. Yeah,
Thanks, Pawan.
yeah.
Thank you so much. Humbled to be here.
No worries, no worries. So we'll do the Rajasthan Royals 18 member squad selection. Guys, anyone who's viewing, you can comment down on the comment section and we will take your comments for sure, because we have just 5 days left for the IPL mega auctions and we are doing a watch along for that with three separate videos. According to the breaks that we have, I don't know when it's going to start. It may be 9 a.m. or 12 p.m. We'll see when the schedule comes, and then we'll plan accordingly, and we'll definitely do a recap of both the days of the IPL mega auctions in the weekends. So looking forward for that. So anyways, the rules, we'll mention about the rules. So for the squad, there can be minimum 6 overseas and maximum 8 overseas players in the squads. There should be at least two uncapped Indian players in the squads. So we know, including the retained players, there should be 18 players in the squad. So right now, Rajasthan Royals can pick 15. So you both can pick 15, since there's three retained players. As we know, it's Sanju Samson, Josh Butler, and Yashasvi Jaiswal, who are the three retained players for Rajasthan Royals. And for the playing 11 and 12th man, there can be maximum 4 overseas players, minimum 2 overseas players, and there must be one uncapped Indian player or a under 19 Indian player in the playing X side. So yeah, so we got a comment over here. Rika Tashan saying waiting for Halla Bowl to come back to the field. Yeah, hopefully. They've had two bad seasons. I mean, from 2020-21, not been so great recently. But let's see. So as we can see here, this is the list. It's loading here. So Josh Butler, Sanju Samson's obviously captain, and Yashasvi Jaiswal on this list. So guys, we'll start and then we'll bring along Hassan also when he comes. So guys, you can start choosing the team. Yeah. I mean the 18 squad member, and we'll wait until we'll see when Hassan comes back whether he agrees as well. So you guys can start with the 18 squad selection, 18 member squad selection.
Yeah, so I think this Rajasthan Royals, obviously they have 62 crores, like one of the biggest purse going in this thing, and I think their overall strategy historically has been to go for this value buys, right? And then they always used to get players like Shane Watson was the man of the tournament without they paid very low money for it. Shane won at a very cheap level in that way. So I think right now, what with two more franchisees coming in, I think what the franchisee should balance in the low, especially the uncapped and the local players, they should actually try to get more local players. So I think like Bangalore will pitch for Devdutt Padikkal. So I think even these Ravi Vishnu, who's a Rajasthan player, has already gone to Lucknow. So I think that they should actually target the uncapped players like Deepak Chahar, Rahul Chahar, Deepak Huda, who are all Rajasthan players in the all playing for India right now. Yeah. What do you think, Azan?
Completely agree with you.
Hmm.
They should go for local players to add local flavor, and they have a good understanding of the pitches in Jaipur, Rajasthan. So that will help a lot.
Yeah. So I think the other smart thing which Rajasthan did is that it's the three retentions they have done. They have done retentions on top order players, which is like 1, 2, 3. So you can clearly see Jaiswal, Butler opening, and Samson at number 3. So like if you look at all the talk which has happened pre IPL auction was that the most costly players will be the wicket keeper batsmen like Quinton de Kock, Ishan Kishan in that way. But they are not going to need those players at all. So they don't want openers right now. Maybe they need one backup opener, but they already have got two wicket keepers, and they've also got a captain in place.
Yes, yes.
Yeah, I think
Completely
still.
agree with you.
Yeah, Hassan, you also can join, but I think there's still a slight vibration from your end, but that's fine. I think we can sort out that. You also can contribute with this 18 squad player list as we
Maybe
mentioned earlier.
Hassan, you can mute before you. If you're not speaking, just mute it and see what happens. Just mute.
Yeah, maybe you can mute, and then once you get the chance to
Yeah,
speak, you can speak. Yeah, that's what
yeah,
Bhasker Sir will tell you once you can speak. Yeah, that will be
yeah,
better. Yes.
yeah, it's fine now. Like when he mutes himself, then it's fine. Yeah. Yeah. So I think let's go to the first to like how do you want to do it, Azan? You can either go through the team selection in terms of like who are the 18 players you want to choose, or we can go by the rounds like Ashwin number one. Do we go for those kind of players? Because now this is the
Or otherwise, you can go as openers, top order, lower middle order, like that. You can go
Yes, yes.
according to the
We should go
level.
like that.
Okay, okay.
Yeah.
So like my first proposal obviously was to go for these three players like Deepak Chahar, uh, Rahul Chahar, and Deepak Huda because all three like Deepak Chahar is kind of a bowling all rounder, can be 7 8 local player again. Rahul Chahar, very low base price, 75 lakhs only right now, and then he's on a leg spinner, and we need fingers wrist spinners in the team, and Deepak Huda because at that way at least the core of and you need a good core of Indian players because Samson is obviously from Kerala and Jaiswal is from Bombay. They don't know the local authorities and the Rajasthan Cricket Association. So you need a mix of those players going in. Yeah.
Yep, yep. Absolutely correct. And I have a few list of batsmen
Hmm.
in the middle order,
Hmm.
as we have already sorted the top three spots.
Yeah.
The number four batsman for me would be Rasi van der Dussen from South Africa,
Hmm.
whose base price is 1 crore, and we can get him around 3 to 4 crores max. And he will be a very dynamic player for us who can bat at number four and can provide the stability in the middle order.
But like, I just a question: like, would you not go for people like say Smith or Rahane? Like, the how? So it also looks at like, do you want to anchor? He's a dynamic player. He had a very good series against India right now, but he has not really performed in subcontinent that much. So I'm just so okay, we can go to the list of middle order short list you have, and then we can just choose who we want.
Yeah, we
So
can get Hassan's point also on the middle order because if you're agreeing with Josh Butler and I mean Yashasvi Jaiswal as opening, you also can suggest names for the middle order or the openers also backup openers that Rajasthan Royals can get. I think we can't hear you, Hassan.
no.
We can't hear you, Hassan. No. Okay, so you guys can continue. I think we can't hear Hassan.
Okay, no worries. So okay, let Azan, you can go ahead and share other players. So besides Rasif Van Dusen, you have any other players?
If we can't get Rasi van der Dussen, I would really like to have his teammate Aiden Markram. He can also provide some bowling
Yeah,
as well as he is a very stable middle order batsman.
yeah. I think that is a good thing because Makram also had a very good IPL season last time around with KXIP. Like he was decent, and then now he has actually developed his bowling. So I think he seems to be a like I would actually go for Markham just because of his all-round capabilities. My theory is that in any T20 11, you should have seven bowling options, like six solid bowling options, and maybe one or two floater who can bowl one over here and there. So Markham has to be there. So because we know Butler does not bowl and Sampson does not bowl, so we have got already. So in the rest of the nine, and Jaiswal is like a kind of part-time bowler. He took some wicket in under 19 World Cup last time around, but he is also not there. So we have to be very careful on who we choose as a batsman who can really bowl, and we obviously we need all rounders. Okay, so
So
okay,
you
we have
both agree on Adam Markram, right? In your 18 player squad.
yeah. So
Yes, yes. But my first priority will be Rasi van der Dussen because I have seen potential in him and I think he will do well in the subcontinent as well.
So Bhaskar sir, you back both Rasif and the Dusan and Adam Markram, or you just go for one South African right now?
I think I will just go with this one Markham at 4, because to me, like, top three is sorted. And the other thing you have to also notice is that we.
Hassan over here says in private chat, how about Livingston?
Yeah, so Livingston will come to it, because Livingston is a lower order hitter.
Yeah.
He's more of a 5 or a 6 number thing. Also, we have to be careful on how many foreign players we have to choose, right? So I think what we
Mm.
should do is that. So let's discuss. Say we have got a top three sorted. So let's look
Yeah.
at number 4 and 5, because they are similar roles. Yeah, and then we choose
Yeah.
one Indian player. So we choose two foreign players and two Indian players, right? So then we will have a backup for this one, and then we will see in that way.
And you
So
already have one uncapped player with Yashasvi Jaiswal in the playing 11 also. So you don't have to be that. I mean, you can only pick one Indian uncapped if you want, because we already have Jaiswal retained by Rajasthan Royals.
yeah, but I think last Rajasthan has always had success with this uncapped players. Like last time they were playing Lormore and Riyan Parag, and all these guys were playing. So I think there are a long list of players which they actually. What we have seen is that this time I don't think there's a right to match card. Right, there's no right to match
No,
card.
no, there's no right to match card this time.
But we have seen that franchisees who have players who have played for one franchisee, like especially these uncapped players, and like if you look at Riyan Parag and Lormor, both did not have great seasons, and obviously Rajasthan did not have a great season. But obviously they would have built a bond with the franchisee owners and everybody, and they were more likely to be selected by them.
Hmm. True. Yeah. So you can discuss. You can discuss further, and then give me the names. Yeah. Once you're sorted that out. Yeah.
Yeah, so let's look at, say, some Indian batsmen, right? Who you do you pick for number say 4, 5, and 6? So
Uh,
like.
for me,
Hmm.
Ambati Raidu will be a very good option for us. His base price is 2 crores, and we can get him due to the age factor. We can get him around 4 to 5 crores max, and he will be a very solid middle order option for us at number 5.
Okay, so but if you look at it, Raidu and Markham both are very similar players, but it's okay. I think they can act be at the same role. So because it's a number 4 role, so either way, if you have a foreign player, you play Markham, and Raidu, if you want to play, you can play Raidu. So that's okay. So but again, the only difference is that Raidu and Markham bowls. Raidu also can bowl here and there, so it's okay. He has bowled some goal over in the international. So but now given that we have got. Markham Raidu, who are not like huge hitters of the ball, or like big six hitters. I think the team requires one like a big hitting player at number 5 or 6, or even maybe a bowling person like maybe Shivam Dubey, or who's the not Shahrukh, who's the other all rounder who India tried, like Vijay Shankar, or like one of the all rounder who's coming out. In fact, Rishi Dhawan had a very good season, right? So, but I think maybe 5 is too high for him in the IPL. So, would you go for somebody like Robin Uthappa, who had like a bumper season during the last IPL? Like he came in very late, and then he really he changed a lot of games in that way.
Yes, he has also played the 2020 season for Rajasthan Royals,
Yeah,
but I will not go back to him again because I have an uncapped player in my mind which can prove to be a very solid 6 number batsman for us, who has been hyped a lot in the previous months. Shah Rukh Khan.
yeah, yeah. So
He
Shah Rukh
has a
Khan.
base price of 40 lakhs.
Yes, I agree. So Shah Rukh Khan number 6 is definitely the because, but he's Shah Rukh Khan is number 6 for me. He's not number 5. We need to find a pace bowling all rounder, uh, or or like a general rounder at number 5, and we need to find. So number 5, Livingston can be one of the players because he has played for a franchise and he's a all rounder in that way. And then you need maybe a Indian uh, top order batting all rounder in that way. So let's go through the list and see if we have got any Indian all rounders. Do you have a list of all rounders to show, Power, or like?
All rounders, no, I have separate. I mean, if you want overseas, I can show the overseas players. Otherwise, Indian uncapped also I have. So according to that only I have. I don't have like all rounders list, and I'm not separated the batsman. I mean, all rounders is separated over here. The overseas here, if you can see, and then Indian also. We have all rounders here: Deepak Chaha, Krunal Pandya, Shardul Thakur, Washington Sundar, Jayant Yadav. Vijay Shankar, Kedar Jadhav, Shivam Dubey, Rishi Dhawan, Stuart Binney, and Pawan Negi. Those ones are capped. Uncapped, there is a big list over here. So obviously, I think Tebatia is there, Lomro, Sarais, Gopal. So there is a list over here as well. Yeah.
So basic Gautam, Shesh Gopal, all were picked by these guys, right? And so I'm looking at this list of all rounders. So there's none of these all rounders is actually like a hard hitting like all rounder, right? Like who's like a who can except for Tevatia, who but we already have got Livingston. So yeah, so Tevatia can be a useful uh, player to have because he did well with the thing, and also he is like a top order batter who can bowl in that way. So I will go for Tevatia again. In fact, like I'm trying to preserve the core, but because last year the problem which Rajasthan were having was that the lower order was very, very weak, right? After the top three had gone and Jaiswal also fired here and there, they were not able to do this. So I would still go for maybe still go for Tevatia because he and Livingston can play similar roles, right? So that way. Any thoughts, Hassan, on Tevatia?
Yes, absolutely. Tewatia is a very good all-rounder, and he has proven it for Rajasthan Royals as well a couple of times. But I think the similar role that another Indian plays is Washington Sundar. He is also a lefty, and he provides four quality overs. In the power play, also he bowls well, so
Yeah,
we
but
can go for him.
number five is very high for Washington Sundar. You cannot expect Sundar to
Yeah,
bat at five. So
number
we I'm
six
just
and seven. I
no,
was
but
trying to say.
yeah, so seven, yes, we will get to seven. So right now we are just discussing number five because we have already got kind of Butler, Samson, Jaiswal is there. Then we had Markham Raidu. Then we have Livingston and Tevatia is there. So that's number top till five is sorted. Number six, obviously, you said Shah Rukh Khan. So again, we
Yes.
need like a really big hitter at number six, right? Who can bowl a bit. So let's see who else is there in terms of like a foreign players. Who would you go for batsman? If we look at it, okay. So we already talked about Deepak Huda, right? So we will go for those three players like Huda and the two Chahas. Uh, anyways, Azan.
Uh, yeah.
So
Rahul Chahar as well as Deepak Chahar, both the brothers.
yeah.
In my opinion, RR should target them 100% because we need that local flavor and that Indian core,
Okay.
which we have been lacking since 2018, I think.
Okay, so I'll put Huda as one of the number seven batsmen, Chahar as Deepak Chahar as eight, and maybe Rahul Chahar as 11, right? So we have got a leg spinner, pace bowling in that way, and then you said
So
Washington Sundar also, right? So we can put that
Yes.
also. So I'm just writing all the names. So we have got now 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. So we have got 12 names now. So we are now let's go to round order. So number seven, we have to think about like right now we'll have to number seven. You have to think about I think a foreign batsman right now. So because right now we only have Butler, Marco. So we have Butler, Markham, Livingston is there. So we can go for eight foreign players, right? Right. Pawan,
Yes.
Pawan is
yeah, yeah,
the squad strength is only like 18. Like we are selecting
yeah,
18.
only 18, only 18. Yes, yes. But including the three retentions, so I think you can only pick seven overseas because Josh Butler is there.
Yeah.
So
So
yeah.
I think we should look for one. I would actually go at a number seven level with one of these West Indian all rounders. Like I think Powell, who just hit 100 against England, because or Odion Smith or Romario Shepherd. You know, any of these big West Indians, we know that these big West Indian all rounders always do well. Or maybe even Jason Holder because he's in a very good form right now. So I will go with a. I will not put a specific play, but right now I will just write a West Indian all rounder because these guys can bowl decent pace. They can bowl also hit that way, and then that they are like ideal for number seven. So how Andre Russell or Pollard kind of play. So I will go for one of those. This thing. Let's look at other all rounder which is there. Okay, Mitchell Marsh can be interesting. He can also play, but Mitchell Marsh is essentially a very top order player which we have got. Who else? Okay, Markham we have already taken. Dan Christian, Dennis
One
Sand.
name which would I like to say is Pat Cummins. He
But
is
Pat,
also a quality bowler and he can hit the ball hard.
yeah, but Pat Cummins is number like last time he was batting number 7 for the KKR, and it was too high for them, and that's why they were losing matches. And if you remember that once Pat Cummins left for Australian team, then only KKR started winning. Or he did not come for the second half, right? So Pat Cummins, obviously, we can put him at later. Obviously, they are a top batsman there, but you have to have some logic in terms of. And then obviously, let's choose. Let's go by position. Select two players each, so we'll have 22 players, and then we can kind of cut and see how we are going in that way. Or we will not have, because we have got three retained players anyways, and then we will see. So we have got Chahar and Sundar, and Pat Cummins is there. West Indies all rounder is there. Then I think for at number 9, I will also kind of look for somebody like so right now what the team is lacking is out and out pace bowler. So somebody like Ferguson, Mill, Pat Cummins is obviously quite decent, but you need a like a out and out fast bowler. So the big question is, will you go for Archer, given that Archer cannot play in this season, but he will be available from next season?
Mm, it basically depends on the other overseas players which we target. If we get a good bunch of six quality overseas, we can definitely go for Archer. Otherwise, we should not target him because uh, it will be a waste of money, I think, for now at least.
Okay, so Archer we will
Because we
just
cannot get
Sorry
replacement
to
of the
interrupt.
Archer right now.
Sorry to
no, you
interrupt.
can, you can.
Hassan over here says, I would like to
We
invest on
can.
Rabada in Archer's place.
Who?
Hassan.
I completely
Hassan,
agree.
Hassan, who's who's unfortunately having some audio issues, is saying, I would like to invest on Rabada in Archer's place.
Yeah, yeah. So we were talking about a out and out pace bowler. So we were just discussing that whether we go for Goosen or Mill. Mill had a very good 100, and he also did very well during the T20 World Cup. Rabada, the only thing with Rabada I fear is that his workload is so high, given that he plays Test also. He's always he's not the best performer in IPL. Like he had one season where he got the orange cap, but last season he was not. But yeah, Rabada we can. So it will be either Rabada or, in my view, Milne or Ferguson. So those are the three bowlers who are like express pace, because Mitchell Stark is not coming, and Chris Jordan has been not be there. So the other player which I thought which we can also look at is Jimmy Neesham, because Nisham is a very big hitter, a very unconventional hitter. He can hit the spinners very well. So he can also go. So if we don't get that West Indies all rounder which I talked about, we can actually go for the Nisham kind of player, because Nisham is also a decent pace bowler. In,
Yeah, yeah. I agree with you.
okay.
Nisham is a surprising name, I think. I didn't thought of Nisham a long time.
Okay. You should follow him on Twitter, then he'll be top of mind. He has the best jokes.
Shankar here says Adam Mill Mustafizur Rahman. What
Yeah.
about
So
Mustafizur Rahman? Yeah, as a left arm pacer, and with how he performed with Rajasthan last season.
yeah, so I think these two players we should take him there. Adam Mill or Mitchell, both have got decent performance. Mustafiz. So now we basically, what about Indian fast bowlers? So because we don't have a out and out Indian fast bowler, and we also need a backup spinner, because like a wrist spinner, because leg spinners can go there. So let's look at Indian fast bowlers. Yeah, so Harshal Patel who can be a good pick. I think I am going to go for Umesh Yadav, because Umesh Yadav is a very underrated bowler in my view. He's uh, he's performed very well, but last year Delhi were not playing in, and then obviously Avesh Khan is there, but I think Avesh Khan will go for a very big price. So I would actually go for, given that the overseas players we have got right now, Markham, Livingston, Nisham, as well as Pat Cummins, will go for a big price. I would actually go for Umesh Yadav as my out and out pace bowler. Uh, uh, in that way, obviously his batting is not that great, but I would go for Umesh Yadav there, yeah, with the experience he
Dinesh
has.
over here says Karthik Tyagi last season for Rajasthan. who defended 4 runs in the last over against Punjab Kings.
Yeah, but
Uncapped player.
I think the other thing is also that the IPL squads can be around 24, right? But we are only choosing
Yeah,
18.
25. Yeah, yeah, 24, 25.
Yeah,
Yes, yes, that's true. That's true. Yes.
I think that is the anomaly right now, right? Because
Yeah, yeah.
yeah, so because they can have three players for the same position, right? So obviously,
Hmm.
people like Karthik Tyagi would be my substitute as a number for say Deepak Chahar in that way, but obviously we can't pick him right now. So now actually we have got, let me count, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17. So we already got 17 players now. Yeah, and
Good
maybe a West.
suggestion from Shankar here says, yes, Umesh is good, didn't get chance in RCB and DC.
Yeah. So Umesh Yadav obviously will there. I think right now, I think the place which we have not covered as a backup is the opening slot, because we only have Butler and Jaiswal right now, and we like Markham. Okay, can technically open. Livingston also can open, but we don't have so many top order batsmen right now. So I think or a leg spinner. So I would either go for my 18th player. I will either go for a leg spinner or I will go for opener. So which one do you want to go for? I think let's look at the number of batsmen we have. One, two, three, four, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So we have enough batsmen. So we should be able to cover it. And then we have bowlers. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yeah, so 7. So yeah, so we should, I think, pick one. What essentially has like 7 batsmen, 4 bowlers, right? So we should be actually picking. So what do you want to pick? A opening batsman or a leg spinning all rounder? Leg spinning this as your 18
Uh,
players. Huh.
I think Josh Butler's unavailability in the latter half of the IPL is a big concern for us right now. So we should be going with a backup opener. Uh, for
So I think
overseas, I have selected two.
who are do?
Dinesh over here says Rajasthan Royals need experienced local players like Shikhar Dhawan, Nambati Raidu to advise Samson, Sanju Samson.
Yeah, so we have already got Raidu in our team, and then we have
Yes, yes.
also
Raidu is there for it.
Raidu is there. We have got Huda is there. We have got Umesh Yadav. We have got Chahar in that way. So I think one of the players which who is not being picked, but and is guaranteed to play the full IPL season is Alex Hales, because
Yes.
Alex Alex Hales is not, and he's an English player. He can adapt. He hit that great century in the T20 World Cup in 2014 again in Bangladesh. So he has played subcontinent experience. He plays in PSL, and also we should look at how players are performing in PSL. Obviously, we cannot choose. So my only thing was whether I were going for one of the leg spinners, I would have gone for either Imran Tahir or one of the old leg spinners, Amit Mishra, or I would have gone for Alex Hales. Yeah. So shall we go for Hales now?
Yes, but I think an emotional decision can be made. Evan Lewis can also be taken. Evan Lewis has performed for RR in the second half of the IPL,
Yeah, yeah.
and he has recently performed.
So I would go for Evan Lewis also, because he's a left-hander. So if he's going to go open with Butler, so we can actually go for a left-hander. But to me, then Evan Lewis is there, and then obviously he is okay. So cool. I think so. Right now we have got 18 players. Let me look at how many foreigners. So I'll just repeat all the players. So at the opening slot is we have got Butler, Jaiswal, and Evan Lewis. So three of them. Uh,
Sorry to interrupt, Bhaskar. Shankar here says yes, Hales will be available throughout the IPL. But I think most of the England players won't be available, no, after the first leg
but
because they have a
but
Pakistan
but
tour
Hales
and
but Hales is banned from England setup, right?
ah,
That's
yes,
why.
yes. Hales is not there. Yeah, Hales is not there. But the others like Livingston might not be available after the first leg because they have a Pakistan tour and a New Zealand tour, and I think ECB might not give a NOC certificate for the players who are playing for those tours.
Yeah, but it's a test tour, right? Or so,
I think it's a test tour. Yeah, yeah. Charles
so
here says Alex Sales is not there for test. Yeah, I think it's a test, but after that they
no,
have
Alex.
a T20
Alex
tour
is
also.
not there for 1 days also. 1 day he had this problem with Morgan, right? Because he
Yeah, Livingston isn't there for test, but maybe for one day I think he might be there if I'm not mistaken. He might be there.
yeah, but let's go for the lineup, right? Obviously, you can
Yeah.
always call
Yeah,
and
no
repeat.
problem though. No problems. Yeah, still. Yeah.
Yeah, so I've got basically so Butler, Evan Lewis, and Jasper as openers. Samson as number three. Markham mm, uh, is there, and Raidu is there for number four. Livingston and Tewatia for number five. Shah Rukh Khan is only for number six. Uh, Huda and Nisham for number seven. And then Deepak Chahar or Washington Sundar for eight. Pat Cummins
Yeah.
and Umesh Yadav for nine. Uh,
Could
Adam,
you tell the players slowly so then I can type as well on the list so then the people can check as
okay,
well, or maybe you can
okay.
text it on the private chat also,
No, no,
maybe.
okay. I'll say slowly. Maybe you can. So
Yeah.
number one. So opening is Butler, Evan Lewis, and Jaiswal.
Okay, give me a sec. Okay. But I put Sanju Samson at the beginning because he's the captain.
Yeah,
Obviously, we
yeah,
know that. Yeah. So we have Evan Lewis, right? Yes.
yeah.
Yeah. So for
Then
number three, what do you have? Yeah, Sanju Samson might take that, right?
yeah,
Yeah.
no, no, yeah. So number four is Markham slash Raidu.
Both are in the squad, right?
Yeah, both in the squad. Yeah.
Okay. Okay. Then number five, yeah. So we
Is
put on the squad,
Livingston.
and then you guys can tell
Yeah.
the
So let's
playing.
put up. Yeah. So Livingston and Tewatia.
Okay. Yeah. So seven and eight, right? So number seven, right? After that.
No, number six. Number six is Shah Rukh Khan.
Okay. Number seven.
Is Huda and Nisham.
Yes. And the bowlers, yeah.
So then we have Deepak Chahar, Washington Sundar,
Okay.
Pat Cummins, Umesh Yadav,
Yes. Okay.
Adam Mill,
So we have two more players left after that.
yeah,
Adam Mill.
then Mustafizur and Rahul Chahar.
So wait. So Josh Butler overseas. Kevin Lewis overseas. Adam Markram overseas. Winston overseas. Jimmy Nisha. Music. Yeah. So yeah, we have eight.
Yeah, so it's 10
That's
in,
perfect.
yeah. Yeah.
So give me a sec. I'll update on this. 1 minute. So both of y'all are settled with that, right? So no issues with that. Wait, give me a second. I'll share it on the screen. Yeah, so that's perfect. So that's perfect. Anyways, that's that. And both of you can select your playing 11 after that. Yeah, if possible. Yeah, if I think Bhasker Sir has already put the playing 11, right? You have sorted the playing 11, right? For you.
No, no, so I'm going to, obviously, it's kind of, I put
Let
it balanced.
Hassan start. Let Hassan start, and then you can tell at the end. Yeah.
Yeah,
You
yeah, okay.
wait until I put the list. Yeah, then it's easy for Azan. Yeah, you can select your playing 11 and 12th man also, Azan, if possible, and Bhaskar sir also can do the same. Yeah, after that. Yeah, if Azan has sorted out the playing 11 and 12th man, we can start. But before let's see. Okay, wait. Um, Quick digression. Do you think that this has been one of the best under 19 tournaments you've seen, Pawan? No, only better than 2020. Yes, Jaiswal is good at opening. Yeah, yeah, definitely. The under 19 World Cup was brilliant, and congrats to India once again for becoming five-time under 19 champions. And yes, brilliant captaincy by Yash Dul. Young promising Indian players we saw. I mean, Raj Bava and Vicky Ostwal was phenomenal, especially Vicky Ostwal, left arm orthodox spinner. And yeah, I mean, Yash Dul, I mean, led that side very well. Shalv here says, who is bowling at the death? Bhasker sir for Rajasthan Royals.
So obviously Mustafiz is the one of the best death bowlers. He will definitely bowl death, and then depending on this thing, I think Deepak Chahar will win, or Adam Milne if they are playing. So I'm just plotting my 11, but both
Yeah,
Adam
no
Milne
problem. Yeah.
and
Azam, if you
Mutlu.
can, you can start playing 11 and 12th man.
I
Or do
think
you need?
Adam Milne is not as good as in depth, and he is also very economical. He leaks runs in the crucial moments. So I would go for a Rabada or a Lockie Ferguson instead of Adam Milne, because
So
in
I
T20
can
World
slash
Cup
it. I can
he was
slash it if
also seen
possible.
leaking runs.
I can slash it if possible. Yeah, on that.
Yeah, so you can put Adam Milne, you can put Lockie Ferguson. Yeah, like to me, like they are like for like players, so that's okay.
Yeah. Okay. Sure.
But to me, like Jimmy Neesham was bowling in the dead, right? In the
Mm.
World Cup, so he was doing quite well, right? He picked a lot
Yes.
of wickets
Yes.
there.
Yeah,
So yeah,
I agree. Mm.
Okay.
Yeah, the death overs only I think might be issue for Rajasthan, but otherwise I think it's a very good squad. Anyways, it's your choice. So yeah, Shalvia says maybe you should look at another specialist death bowler.
Yes, we should go either for Rabada or Ferguson.
yeah. So
One
we
of
chose,
them should be the priority.
but we already chose Ferguson, right? Because Rabada, we can choose Rabada also, but like one of those players. So which
Yeah,
is but yeah. So you take a choice. Who do you want? Huh?
I would be happy if we get Rabada because he has a lot of experience.
Yeah,
Uh,
I just
we
feel
can
that
also,
Rabada
yeah,
is
yeah,
like a marketable player. He will go for a lot of money, and like Rajasthan is one franchise who does not go for too many marketable players. Like their brand of Halla Bowl and their whole thing is there, so they don't actually spurge money that much in that way. And
True,
obviously,
true.
Archer when he comes, he can be there. So okay, so let me go for this thing. So yeah, okay,
Shalvia
let's go
says,
for
where is the money coming from? Maybe buy back Karthik Tyagi. A lot of people are suggesting on Karthik Tyagi, but please, guys, don't forget that this is a 18 member squad only. Once Rajasthan Royals, they have a 25 member squad to choose from. I mean, a quarter. So maybe Karthik Tyagi, as both agreed, could be in that 25 member squad. Right now, we are choosing a 18 player squad, including the retentions. So don't forget about that. Both agree that Karthik Tyagi should be in the 25 member squad, right, for the auctions.
yes,
yeah.
yes.
Yeah, that's what they have been thinking on. Yeah. Shalvia says also UAE helped the bowlers. Mumbai won't. Nisham is done for. Bhasker, say your thoughts on this.
What?
On the Mumbai, because they're going to play in Mumbai only. So yeah, in Maharashtra, I think Pune and Mumbai. I mean the pitchers
Yeah, so, but
compared to UAE.
yeah, so but I don't see any big difference in that way. I think the what Nisham did was that he did it in two matches in a row, right? And then I and also in the World Cup final also he did. I think given the kind of depth he gives, and if you look at all rounders, right? Like you need a pace bowling all rounder. So who are the pace bowling all rounders you can go for? Mitchell Marsh is not bowling that well. Marcus Stoinis he's already been taken. Uh, South Africa does not have any big ones. So Ben Stokes is not going to be playing. Pandya is already gone. So we have other all-rounder like he's retained.
Yeah.
So
Nikhil Low here says, for me, Lockie Ferguson should always be starting. UAE and Mumbai sound similar though, right? I don't think that's the case with UAE and Mumbai.
no,
It's not similar.
no, and also in Mumbai they're going to play in three grounds. They will play in Brabant, they will play in Wankhede, and they will play in DY Patil, right? So
Yeah.
it's not that the DY Patil is a much faster pitch in that way compared to that one. So pace bowling is going to be very effective. And then I always think that Nisham always plays bowls a very heavy ball, very difficult to hit during the death overs. Yeah.
Hmm. Charles says maybe Marco Jensen for Rajasthan Royals.
So they already have got a left-hander Mustafizur, right? We have already chosen. So you'll always choose Mustafizur over Jansen.
Yeah.
So yeah.
True, true. Yeah. He says, I meant as a death bowler, James Neesham, he can be okay in the middle overs. True, true. Yeah. But yeah, as Azan, I think will start doing the playing 11 if possible. Yeah.
I
And it
can
will.
go with the
Okay,
playing 11.
Bhaskar, sir, you go first, and then Azan, you can plan and go ahead with the playing 11 and 12th man after that. Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
so I've gone for obviously Butler and Jaiswal and Samson as the top three. Yeah,
Yeah, give me a
because
sec. Be a bit slow because I mean I'm going to do. I mean I'm going to jot down also. So for obviously it's Jaiswal, Butler, and Sanju Samson obviously in the top three. Yes. Yeah.
so
Who's going to be number four?
number four is Raidu.
Let me see. We have Butler as the overseas, Samson as captain. Yeah. Then we have Raidu at number four. Yes. Okay. Continue. Yeah.
Then number five I will have Nisham.
Yeah. Okay.
Uh, and then number six I will have Huda. Hmm.
Yes. Okay. Yeah.
Number seven Shahrukh. Hmm.
Yeah. So number eight. Yeah. After that. Yeah.
Number eight will be Deepak Chahar. Hmm.
Okay. Yeah.
And then number nine will be Rahul Chahar. Hmm.
So
And
I will get confused with both the Chahas. So I'll put both Deepak and Rahul Chah. Okay. Yeah.
number
And then
10, 11 will be Rabada and Mustafizur.
who's the 12th man, by the way? It can be any
So
overseas.
number 12 will be I like I would say it will be Markham.
So this is the playing 11 for Bhasker Sir. 12th man for him is Adam Markham. Yeah. I mean, that's a good squad. That's a good 11 for me. Yeah. I would say yes. So that's his playing 11. So Jaiswal, Butler, obviously he's going to be the wicket keeper. Sanju Samson, captain. Raidu, Nisham, Huda, Shahrukh Khan, Deepak Chahar, Rahul Chahar, Kagiso Rabada, and Mustafizur Rahman. So four overseas, and his 12th man will be Adam Makram. Yeah. So Hassan, you're playing 11 and 12th man, by the way.
Okay. So obviously Yashasvi and Joss opening. At number three, Sanju as the captain as well as wicketkeeper. At number four, I would still go with Rasi Vande Dusen or Aiden Markram.
I
At
mean,
number five,
wait for a second. I'm jotting down, but the problem is that we don't have Rasiv and the Dusan in this squad. It's from this squad that you
okay,
can select. That's what. Yeah.
okay. Then according to it, I will go for Aiden Markram at number four.
Okay. Sure. Give me a sec. Be a bit slow because I'm jotting down. Yeah. Okay. Number
Okay.
five. Yeah.
Number five, I will go with Ambati Raidu.
Okay. Yeah. Number six.
Number six, I will go with Shahrukh Khan.
Okay. Number seven. Yeah.
At number seven, I would go with Pat Cummins.
The four bowlers. Yeah.
Uh, at number eight, okay, sorry. At number seven, bring in Washington Sundar.
Okay. Okay. Yeah. Number eight.
And
I mean,
number
sorry.
eight, Pat Cummins.
Okay.
Number nine, Deepak Chahar.
Okay.
Number 10, Rabada or Loki, any one of them.
We only have Locky right now. Hmm.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah,
So let
so
go for.
Loki.
Yeah, but it's okay. I mean, I okay. Okay.
We
I'll
change it
put
to
Ferguson.
yeah, yeah.
Okay, I'll put Ferguson. Okay. And number 11.
And number 11, Rahul Chahar.
Who's going to be your 12th man?
Mustafizur Rahman.
I think we're done. Yes. Yeah. I mean, that's it. So that's Hassan's playing 11 and 12th man. Jaiswal, Butler, Samson, Markram. He changed the number 4 compared to Bhasker Sir. I think he went to Raidu, but Hassan went for Samson and Adam Markram at number 5. Raidu comes at number 5. Shahrukh Khan at 6. Washington Sundar, Cummins, Deepak Chaha, Ferguson, and Rahul Chaha. 12th man is Mustafizur Rahman. So there's a few changes between both Bhasker and Hassan, but that's perfectly fine. And you're getting a lot of comments which I haven't taken as well. Shalv here says Josh Jaiswal, Samson, Makram, Raidu, Huda, Shahrukh Khan, Sundar, Deepak, Mustafizur, Lucky. 12th man Nisham. Your thoughts on this, Bhasker Sir and Azan? Yeah.
So he's saying George Samson, Markham Raidu, Huda, Sundar,
I
Deepak.
mean,
Yeah,
that's
it's
good.
very similar. I think it's just like switching between Nisham and Markham, right, from my team, right? So that's the only big difference there.
Hmm.
So I think that's why, like, the way I chose the team was that those players, the roles in T20, I think the roles is very important. Which role is people doing, and then once you define the role, then you look for people who have a similar strike rate or a similar flexibility in that way. So because you cannot be changing your lineup wholesale, so you should have basically. 22 players, and everybody has a kind of defined role at a different level in that way. So I think the key thing is that this, like, Shalav Srivastav's lineup obviously has got one, two, three, four. So four, five, six bowling options, seven bowling options. So that's a good
Hmm.
lineup in that way. Yeah.
Yeah.
So I think once we have gone for this thing, I think those players are replaceable. Like Markham with Nisham can be replaced, or this thing for
Hmm.
Sundar with Rahul Chahar can be replaced if you want a spinner, if you want two spinners, or even Pat Cummins and Deepak Chahar are replaceable, right? Because they are similar
Yeah.
kind of players, bat a bit and bowl in the power plays. Yeah.
Yeah. Azan, your thoughts on this as well from Shalv? Yeah.
Hmm. The only problem I see in this 11 is only three spin all rounders are been taken. Makram
Hmm.
can bowl.
Yeah.
Yashasvi can also bowl a little bit. And
Yeah.
he has taken Washington Sundar as well as one other name.
Buddha, Buddha.
If I don't forget,
Huda.
yeah, Huda.
Deepak. Yeah.
And only three pacers are there: Mustafiz, Loki, and Deepak Chahar.
Deepak Chahar. Yeah.
So I think at least there should be four pacers
Hmm. Very good. Yeah.
out in.
Satvik over here says you can take this as Azan on a flat track. Nisham's batting would work, whereas on a spin paradise, go with Makram as a spinning option. Your thoughts on this, Azan? Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. A
But
nation's batting would work, yeah.
I
But
don't think there's going to be any spinning paradise, right? In like they're
yeah,
not like pitches are not like Sri Lanka where like it's turning square in that way. IPL is very conscious of all those things. So I don't think, regardless of whether it's a spinning pitch or not, to me, right, the team has got. You have to also look for the how the opposition is lining up. So if you're playing against a team which has got a lot of left-handers, then Markham is definitely a better pick, and you can also juggle around whether you want to play the fast bowler and which type of fast bowler you want to
Hmm.
play, because and again,
And
who
Markham
plays.
can adapt anyway, so he can bat in the opening. I mean, he can open as well, then bat at number four also. So, I mean,
Yeah.
he's recently doing well at number four. That's why most people want Markham to bat at number four. But he's an opening option as well if any franchise wants also.
Yeah, so he's a good spare batsman. I don't think he can bat at a death, but at the top order and middle order, he can definitely back. And I think for me, actually, also Livingston is also a similar batsman. Like we are talking about Markham a lot, but Livingston has got a lot more bowling variety. He can bowl leg
Hmm.
spin, he can bowl off spin
I
in that
agree.
way. And if you are actually going to play, like, you may also choose to play Huda and Raidu at 4-5 or slightly higher, and then play Livingston, because Livingston is a much more devastating batsman in that way. So they can then, because then if they have Livingston, Nisham, Shah Rukh Khan as 5, 5, 6, 7, like that becomes a very very dangerous, like lower middle
I
order.
think Satvik, I think both of these, I mean, Bhaskar and Azan has both chosen Deepak Chaha. He obviously we know that he'll get swing and so can be a good option with bowl and bat. But I think both of them have got Deepak Chaha in their playing 11. Yes, but Shalv here says, but Markram the batsman outweighs Livingston.
No, it depends on the role, right? Because Livingston is a
Yeah.
six hitter. Yeah, if after 14 overs, Livingston is definitely the much better batsman than this thing. Or if you let's say 1 to 14, and Livingston, and you're not going to bat Livingston before number five. It's a bit too high for them. So it's also defining the role. So there's no point of like saying who's better than who. In T20, everybody has a very specific role. A good power play bowler can be a very bad death bowler. We have seen it so many times, right? Yeah.
Hmm. Yeah. Azan, your thoughts on this? Chetan Sataria is a bit inconsistent and will be predictable after a year or two with his variation. Satvik has mentioned this. Your thoughts on this?
Yeah, I agree. He needs to work on his variations. He was also able to be taken up by the batsmen in the latter half of the IPL. He was not getting many wickets as well. So yeah, that is the reason behind the squad we are seeing right now. He is not there.
No, but I think
Yeah.
also like he's a very young bowler, right? He's only 20 years old. So I think what he needs to do is that actually he needs to bulk up and then he needs to increase his speed of his normal ball. Then the difference between his slower ball and his normal ball will make a big difference, and then the variation will come in. Because right now he was only bowling a lot of variations, which obviously after a point of time the batsman will get used to your action and they know the cues to line you up. So what he needs to do is that like build a lot of pace. Obviously he's got the cricket brains to do with and build up the variety in that way. So that is one thing which he will have to do. So it's very hard to say, like whether people will be successful in the long term or not. Now when they come up, they
Mm.
show a lot of
Yeah.
potential.
Shankar here says Livingston is weak against spin. Do you agree with this, Bhaskar sir? On Shankar sir's statement.
Yeah, I think I wouldn't say he's weak against spin. Most of hits have come against pace bowling in that way. So I would imagine that given that after 14 over anyway, nobody bowls much of spin during in IPL. Right, the last 4 over are purely pace bowling. So that's why he's the right guy at that point of time.
Yeah. And Azan over here, Shalv here says Nisham is on the decline, by the way. Remember, he scored 3 in 12 balls against India. Also, not doing well in the domestic 2020 New Zealand. Your thoughts on this, Azan? And then Bhaskar also can give his thoughts also.
Yeah, I agree. Nisham is a good all-rounder, we should say, but uh, by the recent performances and the way he is bowling right now, he is leaking runs in the death as well as he is doing uh, okay in the middle overs. So
Mm.
yeah, that is why I have not considered him in the playing 11 as well.
Yeah.
So
Bhaskar, so your thoughts also on this? Yeah.
So I don't know,
Nisham.
I think people get too drawn up in one match or two matches in that way. I
Mm.
think
Yeah, true.
see, the thing is that in my view, both Nisham and Livingston are six hitters. You already have got batsmen who can score singles in that way. So you need complementary batsmen in that way. So to clear the ropes, and Nisham is a big six hitter. If you look at it during the T20,
Even Satvik here says in Mumbai, the pitches are similar to Old Trafford, which is a good batting pitch. So Livingston can smash in Mumbai as well and better than Markram.
Yes, so definitely that's what I'm saying, that both Livingston and Nisham are like in flat pitches they are very devastating, and then how the pitches will be. But I would say that you have to look at the whole record. One match, 3 balls of 12. Like then you can also talk about the match against England where he scored so many runs, right? So that's not going to have everything is not going to repeat itself. You have to just be conscious that, and also you have to look at the combination you have and which players you want to go. Everybody will want to go for a player like Ben Stokes, right? Who can bat
Yeah,
and bowl, and or Jason Holder. So but Jason Holder is more of a bowling
all rounder. Yeah,
this thing, and then we have chosen Pat Cummins in that role. So you can always have. So what the way I look at it is there's a role in the team, and then you have a variety of players to choose from, and you choose one of them. So but comparing players who are doing two different roles is like an unfair comparison because it does not make sense. Yeah.
yeah. He's Sal is saying more on Nisham. Nisham hasn't cleared 20 in his past 8 innings. Not talking on basis of just one game, and the 20 scored was off 21 balls. Six single-digit scores in past 2020 innings. But we can't forget his 2020 World Cup semi-final against England,
Yeah.
though. That was
So again,
a
those
brilliant
scores,
defensive knock.
those scores you're talking is in New Zealand pitches, right? So it okay, maybe yeah. So you maybe you're right that he may be in poor form, but
Yeah, but he has performed in the past. That's the thing, especially in crucial stages, especially in the 2020 World Cup semi-finals. That partnership with Dariel Mitchell, which I also agree. I mean, Dariel Mitchell also could be option, but the thing, I mean, he performs in critical situations, I would say, especially in that
yeah,
semi-final. If those two didn't form partnership, especially Nisham and Dariel Mitchell, they would have easily lost. And Nisham was part of that. As a finisher, he did really well in that semi-final against England. So seeing the big factor over there, I mean, Nisham has performed in pressure situations where we need to see on that as well. Obviously, he might not be in good form recently in New Zealand pitches, but Nisham is a proven performer before also, especially in the middle order. Yeah. And as Satwik here says, form is temporary, but power in a play is permanent for a power hitting all rounder. Yeah, that's
Yeah,
perfect.
yeah.
Yeah.
To me, the point is that okay, if you don't think Nisha Mitchell, then suggest same top order hitting pace bowling all rounder which we can take, right? Rather than saying this player is not good enough. We are
Yeah,
defining a
that's
role in that way, and then we have to find another replacement. So please suggest a replacement, and then obviously we'll. It's just a discussion in that way. Yeah.
yeah. Shankar here says Natarajan back to full fitness, and he could be your Indian fast bowler and also at the death. Your thoughts on this, Azan? Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, I agree. In my book also, I have considered him as well. He has a base price of 1 crore, and maximum I would think teams will show interest, but I think we can get him in 5 to 6 crore maximum. So yeah, Natarajan is a good option. He is Indian and he is progressive.
So Shalv has given the suggestion here, Roman
Yeah.
Powell.
Yeah. So I agree. So we discussed that we initially actually started the discussion with actually having one of the West Indian all-rounders. So Romario Shepherd, Rutherford, then Odeon Smith, Rowan Powell, all these players, Jason Holder, any of these players are filling the same role. So in my view, like that is the role I want to fill. So whether we get Nisham or one of those players, that to me is secondary in that field. But yeah.
So guys, we'll end the stream over here. So thank you so much, Bhasker Sir and Azan, for coming today. It was a pleasure to have both of you to discuss on the Rajasthan Royals squad selection and the playing 11 and 12th man. Yeah, and Satwik here says a very valid point here. But Roman can't ball. That's what every franchise team is also thinking over here. Roman leaks runs. That's the issue as a bowling all rounder. I think Jimmy Neesham is really good, better as a bowler compared to Roman Powell. We've seen that in the LPL as well with how he was bowling. Yeah,
And also, I think you have to consider left hand, right hand, right? So, how many left handers have we have got a right hander? And if you look at the lineup right now, so you have got Butler, Samson, Raidu are both Huda or Shahrukh all are right handers. So you need a left hander in the mix, right?
yeah,
Just because if your off spinner is bowling, then how are you going to throw off them of their length, right? Because of the
yeah.
line, sorry. So have a left hander. So that's right.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Shal says, okay, sir, we would really like to shoot with you one day. I think a live stream, I think with you perhaps. Yeah, no problem. We'll see in the future, Shal, whether we can sort out that, especially for India match. We can send the link and you can join. Yeah, also Colin Munro. Yeah, I mean, Colin Munro is a very good middle order batsman. He can open also. Yeah, Azan, your thoughts on Colin Munro? Yeah. And as he says, also left-hander, hard hitter, can give 2 overs, can bat at number 4. I don't know whether he's that good with the ball, but with the bat, he maybe can fill that role. Then, yeah, in that middle order, especially. Yeah. So your thoughts? Yeah.
Mm, yeah, it's a good option, but I don't see him coming practically. Uh,
Mm,
he has done well in the PSL. He's doing well in PSL right now, but
yeah.
yeah, I don't know about his bowling. He's a very good batsman
Yeah,
overall,
he's a
but
very
we
good
cannot
batsman.
consider him in our 8 overseas quota. That's what I think.
Yeah, I think challenge with Monroe is that he's a very good batsman, but he's also bats in the top two, right? So most of his runs, he's got like 3 international T20 hundred. I think he was the first batsman to get those 300. The
Yeah.
thing is that every team has got a lot of openers, so batting in top of T20 is the easiest thing to do, and every team you can think. And I think Pawan, we had the same discussion when Sri Lanka was playing the World T20, right? And
Yeah.
whether because Aslanka should bat higher or who should bat higher, and everybody can bat higher in that way. So
Yeah.
I think that is
With Aviska Fernando also. Yeah, true.
yeah, yeah.
Very true. Yes. Bhaskar Sir's point about left hand, right hand is good, but people undermine that fact in 2020.
No, they don't actually. There's a given stat that a left-hand, right-hander combination is a point 0.3 runs difference versus a right-hander, or left-hander, left-hander. So if you
Yeah.
look at it, people actually they right now T20 cricket is played basically on matchups. So if you have
Mm,
you will see a lot of teams promoting a lot of players coming up in that way, right? I think also this time. Like even in IPL, we saw Shardul Thakur coming in to take on to one of those off spinners in that way. So it's not undermined. Maybe the casual fans maybe they're undermining it, but cricket analysts definitely are not.
Yeah. So thank you so much, Bhasker and Azan, for coming today. So we'll end this discussion. So we did the Rajasthan Royals squad selection and playing XI and 12th man. Tomorrow, I'm not really sure, but Wednesday we'll be having the Sunrisers Hyderabad. We have Varun from the USA, and I think we are bringing Ankit from the Third Man Cricket Show. I think that will be at 4:30 p.m. I think, if I'm not mistaken, yeah, 4:30 on Wednesday, 4 p.m. 4:30 p.m. IST on Wednesday, and Punjab Kings also is to follow with Aryan and Garvit to join. So let's see how that will go. But thank you so much, guys, for joining today, and see you in the next video, maybe tomorrow or on Wednesday. So thank you so much to both of you for coming once
Thank
again.
you. Thank you so much.
No
Thanks, Pawan.
worries, no worries.
Thanks,
Thank you.
thanks, Hassan.
Yeah. Bye, bye, guys. Yeah.